rereading Twilight at 31 is wild. You know that weird date that you go on where the guy's like, I fought a bear once and I've talked to the president. I don't usually like to talk about this. And you think to yourself, he smells good, but like, I don't know if that's what should have been going on with this blessing, but instead, it's just baffling to me. As I'm reading this, I remember reading this specific chapter. Okay, chapter 9. I remember reading chapter 9 and 8. It's when they're going to the mall, and then he like drives her in chapter 9. I remember reading it, and my parents were on the porch, and they were having like their own Nancy Meyer situation, just like having lovely food and wine with their friends, and I'm just reading on the couch and I'm thinking this is the height of luxury. And when she has that, there were three things I was absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Girl, you got onto that real quick. Okay, we're at page 195, and I'm gonna tell you something. If I suspected that the person that I was into had some teeth that were really long, ready to go into my neck, it would take me at least 300 pages of my life. And you might say, bleh, it's a fantasy. We have to believe, however, at the beginning of this, that the monsters don't exist. Like, she has to go into that. The fact that Bella is able to have no panic attack, it just fully accept that this very bizarre guy who, thank God he was there when stupid men came running after her, but then he should have just dropped her home and that was it. Instead of driving like a maniac. Bella, you should have called the police immediately. What is it with the boys that are just like, I'm gonna save you. You saved my life, but you might end it as well. This is a scary time for me. And instead she was like, oh, he's just so, and by the way, I have questions for you. And by the way, one of them is that I think that you're a vamp. And he went, like, no, this is not realistic. Well, duh, it's not realistic, but like, it's not realistic even in the fantasy world, no ma'am. I just remember at a part of my life that this part, I remember saying, I love this book. And like, I still love it because it's just such like guilty pleasure, but also I'm not guilty, Your Honor. I don't know if we earned this. I don't know if we earned it yet, y'all. I mean, you can talk about it if you want, but I don't know if we earned this realization. She's had 2 really scary dates with him, both of which needed to have a counselor involved. Girlfriend, what are you in love about? Are you in love because he put his hand through a car and he came and helped you and he made sure that you ate? These are all lovely things that a very good friend should be doing. What is warranting the love, my dear? What is warranting it? It's a very big day for me, as you can tell.